The journey to mastery in any given field takes more than simply putting in practice on your art form. There are also many trials you will encounter which will put your progress at a plateau until you are able to tactfully pass through them. Oftentimes, this can be a very strategic process, which requires taking us out of our comfort zones and doing what is necessary and mundane for a period in order to do the things we want to capitalize on. I think the master in the book I can most relate to on how I deal with these situations is poet Johann Wolfgang Goethe. The book tells a story about how he was offered a great opportunity by the 18-year-old Duke Karl August of Weimar to take a prominent position in his cabinet and the role of personal advisor. Going in with high hopes and aspirations to be a part of this influential position, he worked very hard to develop plans to reform the court where he was appointed, and was met with opposition at every corner because they often required sacrifice coming from higher people up, such as the minister. He was more concerned in the greater good and future of the system, and like we often see today, people in a position of power often are uncomfortable to give up this power and develop an inability to see beyond their own wants. He realized, like many do, that the people with the power will always have the final say in the situation until that power is taken away. A lot of people encounter this in their lives and then stop, at this point seeing progress toward their dreams to be futile. This leads to the first of 4 steps I realized Johann took in order to overcome his trial and continue on his journey of mastery. The second step, in my opinion, that he took was he accepted his weaknesses and capitalized on his strengths. You must at first admit to the things you are unable to accomplish. Then figure out what strengths you have in your life. Your opposition has their own strengths and will be using them against you. Oftentimes we can see this and think they are stronger than us and can't be beaten. Always remember that you have strengths as well, and if you work hard enough you can probably find strengths that are very unique to your own self. Instead of fighting fire with fire, think about how you can use these in a way to accomplish your goals. Sometimes you don't have to fight. Instead of fighting fire with fire, think about how you can use these in a way to accomplish your goals. Sometimes you don't even need to fight. Instead of losing hope, Johann did this and found something far greater that expanded upon his original dreams of his position. He found inspiration and used his art of writing and poetry and realized that it was a much more rewarding process to use his experiences to inform others of what was going on in a beautiful way. Sometimes our hurdles can seem so high in life that we don't realize that we can just walk around them. The book says what the courtiers did not realize was that they were supplying him with endless material for characters, bits of dialogue, and stories of folly that would fill the plays and novels he would write in the future. In this way, he transformed his social frustrations into a most productive and pleasant game. The third step I realized that he accomplished was realizing the power of humility. It says in the book he would wear a pleasant mask as he listened, but inwardly he would observe them as if they were figures in a stage play. You see, he gave them what they wanted, which was someone to sit, listen, and appease them. He gave them what made them happy, and used the fact that their greed created a blind spot in their ability to see that he was simply using them as well. In conclusion, although this was only one section of the book, and only one person, I think that Johann taught us much more than just how to suffer fools gladly. I think he taught us how to be a master of mastery by giving us a step-by-step process on how to overcome almost any given trial that we face.